All right, friends, welcome back to The Growing Pro. My name is Adam, and this is hopefully the place where you can come and find information that will help you circumvent the whole learning process and get to a point where you are making money with your craft faster. Instead of wasting money listening to constant BS from every biased YouTuber out there. Today, what we're going to do is a direct comparison between the GH5, the GH6, and the Lumix S1. I know you're saying, well, how is that a direct comparison? Well, we're going to be using the same formats and same codecs for all of them. We are currently recording in Cinema 4K. Now, on the GH5, that's 150 megabytes. We're going to try to keep that straight across the board. We're going to be shooting all of these in Vlog at their base ISOs. So currently with the GH5, the base ISO is 800. Single key light to my left. We're going to keep everything as apples to apples as we possibly can. We're going to use the Lumix Panasonic XLR adapter for everything. Now, like I said, we're going to shoot each of these in Vlog. And we're going to try to keep everything as close as possible using just a base color grading on each of them just to show the difference in tonality and the slight color shifting. But at least this can give you a comparison between 3 different level cameras at different price ranges, all shooting in 4K. And let's be real, do you really need 12K at this point? If you are a content creator or a new filmmaker or anyone who's not making cinema quality films, you don't need 12K. And as we just found out from an earlier video, the 6K on the S1 is beautiful. Especially for cropping in, it is beautiful. It's a great image. But how many of us out there really need anything beyond 4K for day-to-day work? I've shot so many client projects in 4K and even in HD, and no one has ever complained. Ever. So this is the image coming out of the GH5. And of course, we're shooting all of this in 23.98. and uploading to a 4K timeline, keeping it all consistent. So the GH5, there you have it. All right, now we are on the GH6, and we are even just keeping the tripod stationary, and I'm moving each camera over to this tripod so that we're shooting from the same angle. All of the parameters are exactly the same. Same lens, switch the lens over. Audio is also the same mic, still using the Panasonic XLR. Everything is as close as we could get it. But this is the GH6 shooting in Vlog. We're going to apply the exact same color grade, but whatever I apply to each one, I'm going to apply the same thing. So this is the GH6 in Vlog. Same format as the GH5. 422 10-bit, 150 megabytes per second, Cinema 4K. Again, trying to keep this apples to apples to apples as much as possible. But now this is the GH6. And obviously one of the biggest differences from the GH5 to the GH6 is tonality. It's the coloration, especially the tones of skin. Depending on the skin color, it'll make, white skin look very different. Pink, sometimes even orange. It'll make black skin look even more brown rather than black. And the dark tones, the shadows, will show very differently between the GH5 and the GH6. So again, GH6, Vlog, everything else is the same. Let's move on to our last competitor, the Lumix S1. All right, well, now we are on our last competitor, camera number 3, the Lumix S1. Now, obviously, we tried to keep this as apples to apples as we can, despite the fact that the S1 is our first full-frame camera. As we were using the SLR Magic 25mm T0.95 lens on both the GH5 and the GH6, it was set to f2. So now we are utilizing the TTArtisans 50mm 2.0 set to 2. So this is at 2, and this is obviously a full frame equivalent, and everything else is the same. Shooting in Vlog, Base ISO, this is the vlog picture. I think for me, this is going to be interesting to see how each of these grades, to see how they hold their shape and how they hold their colors. But each of these cameras offers such amazing capabilities. There's no denying that every single one of these cameras, even down to the GH5, I mean, this thing's legendary. You could still go out and create a career with a GH5. You can create a career with the GH6, and you can be successful with both of those. Now, with the GH5, you can go buy one right now for under $500, if that's your budget. With the GH6, I think I paid $1,500 for mine, but I wanted one that was as close to new as possible. I also got some extras for mine. You can buy a GH6 for $1,200 right now. Now the S1, where does that thing kind of fall in here? I did purchase the S1 to be more of a photography-based camera for me, but with the addition of vlog, it's a brilliant hybrid camera. This is not just a brilliant hybrid camera, but if you wanted to go with an S1 for video work, you've got 6K video at your disposal should you ever need it. I mean, the video capabilities on each of these cameras blow me away. Now, if I had to tell you which was my favorite video-centric camera, it would be the GH6, because it offers some small things that I like, such as a front tally light, front record button. It has this little button right there that accesses all of your audio controls. The GH6 happens to have my favorite screen design of all time. A full swivel and full tilt. Take the eye cup off, and there's a lot of times you don't even need an external monitor with the GH6. Obviously, the GH6 has internal cooling. And there's just something about the GH6. There really is. To the point where I would say that if you had enough money and you were starting a film career or even a content creation career, the GH6 would give you everything you need and more. But I've only begun my journey with the Lumix S1. But again, the GH5. I mean, if you haven't already caught this video, go watch that video when this one's over. And you'll see that I, after all these years, have finally assembled my perfect and ideal and full GH5 rig with everything I've ever wanted it to have. And it's still such a viable camera in 2025. It's kind of the point of making this video, friends, is that if you are someone new just getting out there, you know, you could buy a used G7 that shoots 4K for $300. You could buy some other Sony variation. You can buy an A7 III for $1,000 right now. Canon EOS R for $1,000 right now. Both great cameras I've used plenty of times. But the GH6, if you're really focused on making film, the GH6 is a filmmaker's camera. And in fact, that's the camera that we're shooting our current documentary with. And I'm so happy with it. Not only happy with it, I am excited to shoot with it every time. So friends, there's a comparison between the GH5, the GH6, and now the Lumix S1, all shooting in vlog. I hope that gave you some information for you to kickstart your career, get your butt off the couch or off the toilet, stop watching YouTube videos, and start creating something and developing your craft to go make some money. All right, friends, thanks for watching another video here at The Growing Pro. I hope that you've subscribed, liked, and remember to share these videos with all your friends. I'll see you in the next one. Nicotine and coffee. Cheers, my friends.